Hey friends, it's Jock's Girl, and I want to show you my finish. It's the little Easter egg. I only made one. It took me long enough to make this one. And this is the pattern that I found out of this Better Homes and Garden Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, and it's the issue of March, April 1995. I did a flip through in the last video that I made about it, so you want to take a look because there's a lot of good ones in here. But this is what it was supposed to look like. Mine didn't quite look like that because I did make a mistake in here and I didn't catch it until after I was done, but I don't know, you really can't see it, so I'm not going to even point it out. It helps the fact that this is supposed to be, you know, like an egg shape. I did do this outline that wasn't charted, but I did it because I need to have an egg shape for mine, because it's going to go on like a type of flat fold. Anyways, so it's done. I put the date in there, 2019. It looks a little, here I'll zoom in here, wonky. There's the 1 and that's a 9. And that's my symbol. Usually it's a little bit different, but I made it a little bit longer, and you know what? I just don't care. It's not what I usually do. What I usually do when I sign is I hide it, but there's just really no way. If I hid it in here, it would have to be super tiny, and I just did not feel like doing that. I just wanted to be done. This was not a planned project. It just kind of came about. I have some other stuff that I want to work on, so it is what it is. I did it. I finished it. I'm done. I'm happy to be done. So that's my third finish of the year. I was thinking about putting some beads in here, but the beads that I have are too big. I do have some smaller beads here at the house, but I don't have any that are purple. So I'm not going to go and buy any. I'm going to work with what I've got, but this is the size of the beads. And I sat there and thought about it, and then I just thought, no, I'm not going to put any beads. So they could have, you know, gone on their side, or they could go flat, and I just decided not to do that. Anyways, it's cute regardless. I have got other things to do. I would love to stitch like this was my job, but I can't. I've got a garden, and my garden is organic, meaning for me, for us, that we don't use pesticides. So I have to hand pick out the grubs out of the dirt and, you know, off the plants and things, and that takes some time. And I had to pull the weeds. I try to avoid using any plastics in my garden. So even though I would love to use some kind of a fabric, I haven't really found any that would really last. The bugs can eat at the cottons and things, and which is fine. I don't know if anybody even uses cotton. There's a lot of plastic that's used in the weed fabric, I think, from what I find here. I just don't want that in my garden. So my reason is because the plastics then leach into the soil, which gets into the water, you know, and is washed off into the oceans, and it gets into our food, and then, you know, we consume it, and it can alter hormones, and I try not to do any of that. So that's the whole purpose of my garden. I don't use any Miracle Grow or any of that stuff because that all has chemicals that are not necessary either. So it's a little more extra work, but it's worth it. So although I would love for this to be my job, I can't. But I am going to be doing some more stitching. I'm going to work on gathering honey again. And I'm going to start on Love You to the Beach and Back, or it's actually called The Beach and Back. I think that one should be pretty fast, or it should be for a typical person, but I discovered that I do take my time in laying down my stitches. And so although these stitches are probably close to as perfect as I'm going to get, I found the mistake and I thought, my goodness, I'm not going to take it out and redo it, because then I would need to redo quite a bit of it, and it's not necessary. I mean, I know you guys can't see it, and maybe 50 or 60 years from now, when my grandchildren are sitting there at the Easter table and they're looking at this and they're like, wow, Grandma made a mistake. Good for them, attention to detail, but I really don't think they will. And if they do, you know, the only person that I know that was perfect was Jesus, and I'm not him. So although I do try to strive to be good and kind and as perfect as I can be, I also remember that I'm human. I'm not a computer, I'm not a machine, and I do make mistakes. All right, you guys, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.